Hello, my astute learners. Welcome to Aptitude and Reasoning book for grade 7, and we are going to explore wonders that is for sure going to make you smarter, better thinkers, more analytical, and you are going to excel in the reasoning. So, starting with the first chapter here, we have analytical reasoning. Can you tell me why we study analytical reasoning? Exactly. It's going to improve your thinking skills. It's going to make you a better analyzer, and it's going to help you to excel in your academics. So, are you ready to begin with the journey? So, here we have Tarun and Suhas, and they are just sitting in their bedroom and talking about how analytical reasoning works. And they could see they have squares at the back of their bed and talking about that how many squares actually exist. Very interesting question. Can you tell me how many are they? We have 4 rows and 3 columns. So do you say it is 4 times 3, that's 12? No, not at all. We say that 4 times 3 is 12. That is only about 1 by 1 square. Now talking about 2 by 2 squares, we have 2 squares here and 3 squares this side. So we write 3 times 2, that is 6 more squares are found here. And further coming one down, we write 2 and 1, 2 times 1 is 2, and when you add them, we get 20. So there are 20 squares. Some are promptly visible and some you have to hunt for. So a very simple logic. This is going to help you to find the exact number of squares, and it is real fun working on it. Now, when you talk about analytical reasoning, it encourages you for thinking critically, and you are going to come across different variety of questions related to figures. So, basically, analytical reasoning makes you a critical thinker, and here we'll come across the figures like squares, triangles, some straight lines, and even the slanting lines. And you have to count the quadrilaterals also. So, in complex figures, sometimes you have to count the number of lines that are horizontal, vertical, or even slanting, or sometimes to count the number of triangles which are composed of one component. That means there is only one line of intersection, and sometimes it could be 2 components where we have 2 lines intersecting, and 3 components, 4 components like this. So, the more the figure becomes complex, the more things you have to check. And then the same process is to be followed by other polygons also, like it could be quadrilateral, pentagon, and any other figure. Now let's look at this example. Now look at this figure, and here we need to find the number of squares in this figure. I'll give you a quick trick for that. First, look at the number of rows, and then we see that there are 4 columns also. So, first thing you'll do is you'll multiply 3 with 4, that will give you 12. Now, keep reducing. We reduce 3 by 1, it turns to 2, 4 reduces by 1, it becomes 3. 2 times 3 gives you 6. Again reduce 1 row and 1 column, it's going to give you 1, and 3 minus 1 is 2. 1 times 2 is another 2. And further we reduce 1, it turns to 0, and 0 times any number is again 0. So when you add it, we say there are in all 20 squares. It could be of 1 component, 2 component, 3 components like that. Now, very interesting figure I have brought for you, and here you have to find the number of squares. So, we just recall what we have learned here. We see we have 2 rows and 2 columns. So, 2 times 2 gives you 4, and then 1 times 1 gives you 1. So total squares over here is 5. Beautiful. And in this way, if you look at this square, we say 5 squares exist in this square. Again, in this square, we say another 5. In this square, another 5. In this square, yes, exactly, another 5. And in this square, another 5. So, it total becomes 25 squares exist in this figure. Now, the same pattern could be seen here. Let's count the number of columns. It is 4. And here 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, let's start checking it. That 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times 3 gives you 9. 2 times 2 gives you 4 and 1 times 1 gives you 1. So come, let's add them. 9 plus 1 is 10, 16 plus 4 is 20. So total is 30 squares. The story doesn't get ended here. This is about the outer square. And if you look at this square, we have another 5 squares, 5 over here, 5 over here and another 5 here. So, in 30, we add 20 more. How many squares did you get? Exactly, that is 50 squares. Isn't it so interesting? Can you try the same thing for the next figure yourself? Your time now. Now, I have brought tricks to count the number of triangles. So, a quick trick comes here, that you have to see in how many parts the triangle is divided. Over here, can you see 1 and 1? Right, so that is 2 parts, and here also we have 2 parts. Now we do cube of 2, that becomes 8. So in all there are 8 triangles here. So now let's see how can we find 8 triangles here. Looking for the single component. This is the first triangle, this is the second triangle and this one is the third triangle. Now moving ahead, can we say this is the fourth triangle, this is your fifth triangle and this one is your sixth triangle. Interesting, 2 more hidden triangles are there. Can you help me to find them? Exactly, look here, this one, this is the 7th triangle and this one becomes your 8th triangle. So, we say by simply looking at how many parts the line is divided, we come to the right answer. Now, let's see here how many parts of the line. That's 3 and over here again we see 3. So, can we do it 3 cubed, that is 27. That means we can search for 27 triangles in this figure. And the same thing could be implemented for this figure. Start trying it. Now more example for you. Let's see the question. How many squares are there in the given figure? And we have the figure. We are first labeling the figure as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And then I have taken from here I, J, K, L, M, N, O. And starting from 1 component, 2 component and 3 component. So this is your first square, then we have second square, here comes your third square, this is your fourth square, this is your fifth square, right? And now after this, can you check, this one is your sixth square, this one IOMK, the 7th square, and here we have got the 4th square, that is JNDM. So how many squares did you get? Exactly, it's 8 squares in this figure. Moving further, the question says you have to find the number of triangles in this figure. So what we did is, we have labeled them as A, B, C, D, E and F. So let's start with the simplest triangles here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we say we have 5 triangles which are simplest triangles. Moving further, we want to see the triangles which are formed with 2 components. So the first one is ABF. then we have BEC. Coming to the next one, we have AFC, and then ABD is the fourth triangle. So 4 more comes here. This was 5, then 4 more. And then we see for the triangles which are formed with 3 components. That is AFC, the first triangle, and we have BCD. So these triangles are formed with 3 components, right? And after this, we have one bigger triangle, that is the biggest one, and it has 5 components. So let's add 5 plus 4 plus 2 and 1 more, and we get total of 12 triangles. Beautiful. Look at more figures which are here as question for you. So just break the question in simple components and try to look for one component, then move ahead with second component, 3 components, and break the question. And every time you have to open your virtual thought and check that how many such figures are formed, and you'll be able to solve these questions so easily and promptly. For accuracy, make sure slow and steady wins the race. So don't be in haste and try to look at the question with increasing your spatial understanding, and then only you'll be able to find some of the hidden figures which normally you are not able to observe, and that will make you a critical thinker and advanced learner. So only the hard work and your concentration is going to be your success mantra, and we'll be meeting again. Stay tuned for the next video.